to answer, what makes you a good team player? Hey everyone, welcome back to NHS Interview Mastery. I'm Sharon, and today we're tackling one of the most common NHS interview questions that stumps even the most qualified candidates. What makes you a good team player? If you've ever sat in an interview room, heard that question, and thought, well, I just work well with others, then this episode is for you. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly how to craft a confident, specific, compelling answer that makes interviewers think, we need this person on our team. But first, take a deep breath, shake off the nerves, and let's dive in. Let's talk about the question variations. First things first, this question comes in many disguises. You might hear, what makes you a good team player? How do you contribute to team success? Describe your teamwork style. Tell me about a time you worked effectively in a team. Or, what's your approach to collaboration? Here's the thing. They're all asking the same fundamental question. Can you work well with others to achieve shared goals? But more importantly, do you actually understand what being a team player means in practice? And here's where most people get it wrong. These are the big mistakes. The number one mistake I see candidates make, they give generic, fluffy answers like, I'm a great team player because I communicate well and I'm always willing to help others. Stop. That tells the interviewer absolutely nothing about you. It's like saying, I'm good at my job because I do my job well. Another massive mistake, listing every teamwork quality you can think of. I'm reliable, supportive, flexible, communicative, collaborative, diplomatic. You sound like you're reading from a dictionary, not describing yourself. The truth is, most candidates can quote teamwork buzzwords, but they can't explain what those actually look like in real situations. And that's what separates the successful candidates from the thanks but no thanks pile. Here is what interviewers really want. So, what are interviewers actually looking for? They want to see three key things. First, do you understand your role and how it fits into the bigger picture? They want someone who doesn't just tick boxes, but genuinely thinks about how their work impacts the whole team. Second, can you demonstrate specific behaviors that make teams function better? Not just I'm supportive, but how you're supportive. When you've been supportive, what that looks like in practice. Third, do you have real, recent, concrete examples to prove you're not just talking the talk, but you've actually walked the walk? Remember, they're not just hiring an individual, they're adding someone to an existing ecosystem. They need to know you'll make that team stronger, not disrupt it. The framework. Here's your winning formula. Pick 3 to 4 specific teamwork strengths and support each one with a concrete, believable example. Let me break down the key qualities that make someone a genuinely valuable team player. Quality 1. Understanding your role. This means being reliable, consistent, taking initiative, and putting team success before personal glory. Quality 2. Treating others with respect. Being approachable, offering help proactively, listening to different viewpoints, and maintaining professionalism even in tough situations. Flexibility and adaptability. Compromising when needed, adapting to change without complaining, and working effectively with different personalities. Quality 4. Constructive communication. Speaking up with ideas, listening actively, sharing information appropriately, and giving and receiving feedback professionally. Now, here's the secret sauce. Don't try to cover everything. Pick the 3 or 4 that best represent you and go deep with specific examples. Quality over quantity, always. The winning answer structure. Let me show you how this works with a real example. Notice the structure, the flow, the specificity. It starts like this. I'd say my key strengths as a team player center around 3 main areas. Number 1, being supportive under pressure. One of my strongest qualities is my ability to support colleagues when things get challenging. Last month, during our quarterly project deadline, I noticed one of my teammates was struggling with technical documentation while also managing client calls. Instead of just focusing on my own deliverables, I approached them, offered to take over client communication for the afternoon so they could concentrate on the documentation, This wasn't officially my responsibility, but I knew that if they fell behind, it would impact the whole team's deadline. We ended up delivering the project 2 days early. See what happened there? They didn't just say, "I'm supportive." They showed a specific situation, explained their thought process, described their action, and highlighted the team benefit. Number 2, taking initiative for team success. I also believe in taking initiative when I see opportunities to improve how our team operates. A few months ago, I noticed we were having communication gaps during weekly stand-ups. People were unclear about dependencies between different work streams. I suggested we implement a simple shared project board where everyone could see how their work connected to others. I volunteered to set it up and train the team on using it. Within 3 weeks, our project completion rate improved by 25% because everyone had better visibility into how their work fit into the bigger picture. Again, clear structure, problem identified, solution proposed, action taken, measurable team result. Recently, I noticed tension building between our design and development teams over project specifications. Rather than taking sides or gossiping about it, I suggested we have a joint session where both teams could walk through their processes and identify where the disconnect was happening. I facilitated that meeting, and we discovered the issue was simply that we were using different terminology for the same concepts. We created a shared glossary, and those conflicts completely disappeared. What I've learned is that being a good team player isn't just about being nice. It's about actively contributing to the team's success, whether that's through supporting colleagues, improving processes, or solving problems before they escalate. Pro tips. Before we wrap up, here are some crucial do's and don'ts. Use recent examples. Within the last year, show variety in your examples. Don't just talk about one situation, quantify results when possible, show reflection and learning. Mention leadership, unless specifically asked. Team playing and team leading are different skills. Use examples where you are just following orders. Make it all about you. It's about team success. Give vague, generic answers. And here's a bonus insight. If you absolutely must mention leadership, frame it as flexibility. I'm adaptable and willing to step up and coordinate when the situation calls for it, but I'm equally comfortable following someone else's lead. And remember, if they ask for a specific, recent example of teamwork, they want to see you in action, not hear your general teamwork philosophy. Always have 2 or 3 specific scenarios ready to go. And there you have it, your complete framework for answering. What makes you a good team player? Specific examples, clear structure, and focus on team outcomes, not just your own contributions. Practice this framework with your own experiences, and you'll walk into that interview with confidence. Your future teammates, they're going to love working with you. If this helped, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more interview success strategies, and drop a comment with your own teamwork example. I read every single one, and I love seeing you put these techniques into practice. Next week, we're covering Tell Me About Your Teaching Experience. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one. Until then, keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, you've got this. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.